Hello everyone, my name is Jansaya and today's my topic is the procrastination. Okay, let me start my speech with a question. Who knows the meaning of that word, procrastination? Raise your hand please. Okay?
Procrastination is the act of delaying something.
Yes, when you put off something intentionally or habitually. Okay, and the second question is do you know that someone who always procrastinates? Yes, you are true. It may be your friend, family member, or somebody you see when you look in the mirror, but that's okay. That's not a problem because everybody procrastinates at some point, right? So, in fact, the many research suggest that the university students, 50% of the university students procrastinate their tasks regularly. So now many researchers like myself define the procrastination as the type of the delay that's voluntary, unimportant, or the unnecessary task that should be intent to do. So as I'm a student, I can say that I pay attention to the big task instead of that small. So well-intentioned person's worst enemy is the procrastination. Take it for example here. I really want to talk about my uncle's story. He was writer, he was well-read, he was highly educated person, and he was also a bit perfection people too. Because he always, despite this, he always coped with procrastination in his work, even in his life too. But when it comes to small work, he always put off that small task, and it would be a snowball into him scrambling to trying to meet. And he often missed some data too, some important data too. Unfortunately, when he was 47 years old, he passed away from this life. And to his partner, he left the legacy of the unfinished book and the deep sadness for knowing his procrastination is never effectively addressed. So these kind of companies don't want to work with procrastinators because they know and they see them as the unreliable person. Even if you know about that, but the number of the procrastinators is increasing day by day. And human are constantly procrastinating, so it tends to us to have a poor sleep quality. When we procrastinate some task, we will think about that, we will depressed, and we feel anxious too. So, procrastination origin story focus on negative emotion. The majority of people think that we procrastinate due to poor time management or the laziness, but not. Yes, when we procrastinate some task, we think that we are wasting time due to poor time management, but not. And it's not about the laziness too. When we feel lazy, we don't do anything at all, no energy. But when we procrastinate some tasks, we will get super busy people with non-essential tasks like cleaning the house, ironing the clothes, like that kind of task. So let me take it for example here. For psychological perspective, all behaviors have their own origin story. And as I told, the procrastination origin story is the negative emotion. For example, my dad confessed me he really don't want to cleaning the house at all. But when he was a student, if the exam is coming up, he felt stressed and he began cleaning the house from top to the bottom. So, and I can say that he felt stressed, and that cleaning the house, that activity, gave him relief, feeling of guilty, shame of not studying, and he go to that activity work instead of studying. So, procrastination makes easy things hard things harder. So, what I mean. Interestingly, when I procrastinate some task, I don't think that I'm acting intentionally, but I feel that I'm fully of intent to do whatever it is. But simply I will not, on a bottom line, I don't do it. So procrastinators have their own good reason. Didn't have time, didn't feel well, the weather was too bad to study. This kind of list is never ending, believe me. So I really want to talk about my bestie. In that time, we were on high school. Then our English teacher always gave us the stories to retell. And if the student wants to get high score, they have to retell at least 5 minutes without getting interruption. So everyone is prepared well, but only my bestie, before preparing, she thought like, what if I will a mistake when I'm speaking? Or what the other student will judge my pronunciation? The question like that is endless. So she always compared herself to others. Even she compared her speaking abilities to the anchor person who speaks at 6 o'clock at news. Okay, and each lesson, me and my classmates got the higher score, but only she prepared well, but couldn't speak and couldn't get the even 2 score. So one day I decided to talk about that problem to our English teacher, and she came up to her and gave some advisement. Don't compare yourself with others, just compare who you were yesterday and who you are today. If you can see the result between them, you are still keeping your head, believe me. And after that advisement, she changed it for 180 degrees, believe me. And nowadays, I can say that her English is better than me. And sometimes it's okay to admit yourself that you need a help. Seek out any support where needed. It's kind of also a skill that used every day by successful people. Thank you for your attention.